All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? Man, this is a really good interview, and if I watch a good interview, I want to make sure my people are up to date on good content that is in the atmosphere. Demar Derazon did an interview with Chris Haynes, and salute to Chris Haynes over there at ESPN. He is working. Salute to that boy over there at ESPN, Chris Haynes, working. I never met him at ESPN when I worked there. Salute to Chris Haynes, though, doing a great job, phenomenal job, breaking stories. He was big on this Demar Derazon, Kawhi Leonard trade, and he was given the first exclusive interview with Demar Derazon, sit-down format of ESPN, and Demar Derazon opened up about a lot revolving, how he feels being traded from Toronto a week later. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not the typical answers you hear from a guy who's now on a completely different team. I read this interview and I watched this interview like DeRozan still wants to be in Toronto if he had it his way. Forget all that getting over it, all that lovey-dovey. You know what I mean? Here's bits and pieces of this interview that Demar Derazon did with Chris Haynes. No, because all summers through the talks we've had, through the talks he had with my agent, and he's speaking on if he thought he'd be traded. He said, it seemed like I was in the discussion of moving forward with the team. My whole approach every summer was preparing, going out there and supporting the young guys at Summer League, figuring out ways I can be better, make my team better. And that was the gist of the conversations we had with moving forward, having the opportunity to do something special all over again, So that was my mindset and everybody around me's mindset as well. And also DeMar DeRozan spoke on just feeling like him and Dwayne Casey were the scapegoats because the GM or the president, Masai, did say, yo, we had to do something different. This team in Toronto wasn't getting it done. DeMar said, when you say them, that's kind of frustrating. Like, who is them? You put the blame on just me and Casey. Obviously, the head coach, Dwayne Casey, did get fired earlier this offseason. And by the way, Dwayne Casey won Coach of the Year last year. Because obviously, we are the only two who had to suffer from the loss that we had in the Cleveland series. But it's only one team that we lost to in the postseason. And that team went to the NBA Finals every single year. With an opportunity approaching itself, my mindset and the rest of my teammates' mindset was the only guy who was in the way of making that happen, he leave. He's talking about LeBron. LeBron's gone now. We got a chance to get to the finals. The guy who was giving us trouble, he's gone now. Now we got a great opportunity to do something that we haven't been able to do. And at the end of the day, I gave everything I had on that team, and it showed in the progress we made as a team and me as an individual. So when you put that out there saying, I gave them chances, and Masai did say I gave that team chances and I had to do something, DeRozan said that's BS to him. DeMar talked about a conversation he had with Masai. He said, I asked, was I going to be traded? Was there anything going on if I had a chance to be traded? And on multiple occasions, it was no, it was nothing. If it is, then the agent would let me know or something. DeMar said, it felt like I wasn't treated with what I sacrificed for 9 years with the respect that I thought I deserved. By just giving me the say-so of letting me know something's going on, and if it's a chance, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I'm not saying you don't have to trade me or just let me know something is going on because I sacrificed everything. Just let me know. That's all I asked. Everybody knows I'm the most low-maintenance person in the world. Just let me know so I can prepare myself for whatever my next chapter is, and I didn't get that. So, comically here, Chris Haynes asked about Toronto native Drake, who's an ambassador for the Raptors. He asked DeMar, did Drake reach out? And DeMar said, yeah. The day it came out, I went to Drake's house. That's such a Drake thing to do, to go to Drake's house the day you get traded, by the way. Me and him sat and talked for a couple hours, not even on some hoop stuff, just to hear the words that come from him being the person that he is in the world, especially in Toronto. What I mean to his city is definitely what I needed. So that's a little bit of the interview with Demar Derazon and Chris Haynes. I think if you want to check it out, you can just search Demar Derazon on the ESPN site. You can watch the video or read the article. I did a little bit of both because I love content. I love giving you guys content. Again, that's Demar Derazon. Strong words to Toronto Raptors. Look, man, I'm going to be honest, man. DeMar DeRozan, like he said in this article, he can't be mad at getting traded, right? Anybody can get traded. That's not the issue here. The problem DeRozan had is the fact that you guys told me everything was okay. There was no chance I would get traded, and then I get traded. I'm sure DeRozan has kids, right? School time's coming around. Traded him at pretty much the end of the summer, right? Or the end of the off season. We're about to get to August. School, again, end of the school summer for kids is approaching. DeRozan's like, dang, is this how y'all do me? Now I give y'all 9 years and this what I get? Like, yo, I get it, man. he felt like they could have conducted themselves a lot better, because players get critiqued when they leave teams and they go bounce around the league. And look how these owners and presidents treat them. If there's an opportunity to make a move, they pounce on it. So why shouldn't players have the same luxury and not be criticized for pouncing on opportunities? These owners who sit back in these press boxes and all that, they make good money off these players, and they're disloyal as ever. When a move presents itself, they're disloyal. And I don't get how these owners, GMs, and presidents get mad at guys, and coaches get mad at guys for switching teams. Now, I'll say coaches to a lower degree in the NBA. Coaches in the NBA don't move around as much on their own. They get fired, right? But they don't move around as much. But, man, these GMs, presidents, man, these owners, they make moves as if they think they can make their team better, or if it makes sense financially, they're making a move. There's no loyalty to the players then, and I don't think the players owe any loyalty to the owners, GMs, when they make decisions. You see guys like Isaiah Thomas and Demar Derazon. I mean, they're living proof that loyalty does not exist in the business world, especially when the business world goes by these three letters, the NBA. And Drake, stop inviting people to your crib. What the hell? I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
TALIAFERRO'S. Mr. TALIAFERRO'S.
Mr. TALIAFERRO'S.
Mr. TALIAFERRO'S.
Shout out to Mr. TALIAFERRO'S.
You're watching Mr. TALIAFERRO'S TV.
Mr. TALIAFERRO'S TV. Here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.